Good day. I'm Menachem Avichael for Trust in HaShem, and this is Fake News. The NIAID, that's the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, they launched a $70 million program targeting hantaviruses. Now, this was started before the breakout even took place. They're calling it pandemic preparedness program. They're expecting a pandemic? Hantavirus. Yes, hantavirus. A pandemic or a pre-made vaccine pandemic. A virus breaks out on a cruise ship. In a handful of cases, 3 people do die, supposedly from this virus. The WHO, the World Health Organization, the bastion of truth when it comes to medicine in the world, says on the record that the pandemic health risk is low. Yet within a few days, over 100,000 news articles are published about the pandemic worldwide. Now, is that journalism or is that a campaign? No. The legacy news organization does not do fake news. That's our job, fake news. This has got to be fake news, right? Because we're talking about it. So it's fake news. There's a question. When does a vaccine become a pathogen? Now, as you recall, the COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer, right? It had a certain short list of side effects, right? Here's the short list of side effects, right? Some of the side effects there. Now, if you notice right over here, I've got one of them magic marked. And what does it say? That a side effect is hantavirus pulmonary infection. Wait a minute. Hantavirus, that's a side effect of the COVID-19 vaccine? The question is, at what point does an engineered vaccine begin to resemble the virus it was designed to prevent? This has got to be fake news. Why do people allow these things to get into print? This is fake news. That's why we're reporting on it. It's fake news. There's probably no such thing as a side effect from the COVID-19 vaccine. Right? A landmark peer-reviewed study. It finds that, wait a minute, I can't say this on the air. Where's my producer? We can't say this on the air. This isn't true. No, it's not. You're claiming it is true? Either I say it or I get fired. Okay. The study finds that vaccination is a major risk factor for autism. A major risk factor for autism. Well, now they have 136 studies that they examined, and out of that, of 107, said there was a possible link between immunization vaccine compounds and autism. Now, that's not the part of this article that we found so interesting. Because part of this was that they found 12 studies comparing fully vaccinated and completely unvaccinated populations, consistently showing superior overall health outcomes among the unvaccinated, including significantly lower risk of chronic disease and psychiatric disorders, such as autism. That's good. Again, fake news. Come on. Everybody knows that vaccines don't cause autism. What are we up to now? 1 in 31 children have autism in America? Has nothing to do with vaccines, though. So forget that idea. Let's move to a new subject, shall we? Well, it seems like there's a lot of horror going on in New York City. You got a bunch of I can't say this. I can't say Muslims that were assaulting Jewish children outside of a synagogue in New York. You can't say that. Terrorizing Jewish neighborhoods. Well, it seems like New York is becoming a very safe place to live for Jews. Yeah, just keep staying there. We'll see if you can make it out alive. Israel's still here. You can make Aliyah. Call Nefesh B'Nefesh and get your paperwork started. Be a good idea. You can actually do your paperwork from here in Israel. You might have to leave kind of suddenly. Buy a plane, an open ticket that you can go right down and get on a plane and get out real quick. It's just a suggestion, What do I know? You might remember, it was about maybe a month ago, I was talking about how in Africa, the Muslims were going around killing Christians. Tens and tens of thousands of them. Raping the women, destroying the villages, burning them down, killing the men. It was a horrible, horrible scene. Here's a report that says that they have displaced 98,000 people, and you ready for this? 217 churches were destroyed in Islamic attacks. Catholic diocese? I don't hear a word. In fact, didn't the Pope just give the Muslims a prayer room inside the Vatican? That's got to be fake news. Why would he do that? A group that's killing his people that go to his church? You remember I said this, and I said that the United States won't do anything about it. Trump came out like about maybe 4 or 5 days later after I said that. He must have heard our broadcast. And he said that, this is no good. Something's got to be done about it. And I went back on the air and said, he'll never do anything about it. He hasn't done anything about it, has he? Yeah, well, welcome to America, huh? Talk is cheap sometimes by politicians. Let's go to the UK. What used to be the Great Britain. Now it's just Britain that's fallen down. So you ready for this? An RAF, that's the Royal Air Force Cadet. A Royal Air Force Cadet is dismissed from the course for saying Islam is the greatest threat to the UK. See, get rid of the people that are pointing out the bad. Wasn't that guy? What's his name? Tommy Robinson? Robinson? Yeah. Isn't that what Robbins? Isn't that what they did to him? Or what they're trying to do to him constantly? Silence the person who's speaking the truth. That's not good. That's all a lie anyway. Everybody knows that Great Britain's the greatest nation in the world. They would never do anything like that to their own military cadets. Come on. No, this is definitely not true. This is why we're talking about, because it's fake news. It's not true. Right? They're about to hold hearings on the MK Ultra. Representative Luna is about to hold hearings on it, right? And there are 2 or 3 witnesses that are fearing for their lives who are afraid to appear at this hearing. Well, the hearing is about the MK-Ultra. That's when the CIA uses drugs to try and alter people's minds to see if they can get them to do certain things. Okay. Well, now according to this report, this can't be true, I'm telling you. The CIA raided Tulsi Gabbard's office and seized the documents related to JFK, that's John Fitzgerald Kennedy's assassination, and the MK Ultra and more that Gabbard was set to declassify boxes of them. The CIA isn't now. Here it says the CIA is in direct violation of a Trump Executive Order 47, must reel in CIA. Well, last I heard, the CIA actually works for Trump. They're under Trump. And Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard, she reports to Trump. She is also working for Trump, for the American people, through Trump. Now they're saying this is a insubordination, they call it, act of insubordination. Last I heard, that sounds like treason to me. Maybe I'm wrong. What do I know? This is more fake news. People going around slandering the CIA. Who do they think they are? This is an organization that puts their life on the line for freedom. Right? I mean, all the people that were involved in the JFK assassination, which was what, 40, 50, over 60 years ago now? They're probably all dead. You can't have anybody indicted, so what's the difference? That's why I know it's fake, because why would they take files that nobody can get hurt from? Fake news. Well, Trump just went to China. He's trying to form a new union, so to speak, between China, Russia, India, and the United States, and Japan. Some of the better, stronger powers in the world. And this will be a trading partnership. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, why Trump actually thinks he can trust the Chinese government is beyond me. Of course, Trump's there trusting the Iranian government, which is even dumber than trusting the Chinese government. But what can you say? He's doing the best he can. I mean, after all, in order to actually get the leaders of the rogue regime in Iran and the Iranian Guard, there's a population in Iran that's like 70 to 90 million people. In order to get those baddies, how many of the innocent people are going to have to be killed? 1, 5, 10 million people? Not have to, but they're just going to get caught up in it. I'm sure that's what's delaying Trump. He doesn't want to have to kill millions of innocent people. But sooner or later, there's a breaking point. And I think it's getting closer. I hope it's getting close to it, because Iran is just a pain, they're a pain. I'm Menachem Avichael for Trust in HaShem. And this has been Fake News. Thank you. Have a good day. Shabbat Shalom.